What's going on, Washington Commanders Nation? It's your boy Rio checking in with the latest and greatest from the Rambling with Rio YouTube channel, where we ramble about the Washington Commanders. It is now football season. An actual game is about to be discussed, and we're here to start our game previews off for the season. I got my guy Cody from the C3 Carolina Cat Chronicles podcast to represent the Panthers. How are you doing today, my friend?
Rio, I'm doing good, man. I'm happy that football is back. Getting ready to watch some NFL. I love it, man. Thanks for having me on. We should have a good discussion.
Absolutely, man. I linked up with you guys last year for a game preview. Teams are in very different places than we were last year, but it's like we're in different places, but we're kind of in the same place. Like, you guys are coming off back-to-back 5-win seasons. We're coming off back-to-back 7-win seasons. It's time for one of our teams to take a leap. We both got veteran quarterbacks looking to fight for their QB soul in this league. How is things going in Carolina? How's camp been so far?
Man, listen, most of the discussion has been around the quarterback position, and rightfully so. You know, a lot of media coverage has been given about the quarterback competition between Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. And, bro, I'm here to tell you, there ain't no competition, dog. It's Baker Mayfield's job. I mean, not only did you not trade for the man just to play the guy that you lost football games with last year, but Baker Mayfield has been far better in practice. He's been much better in red zone drills, and he really does bring that energy to the offense that the Panthers really have been missing. Now, personally, I'm waiting for Baker Mayfield to really prove himself before I give him a real stamp of endorsement, but I do think he brings a fire and a passion to this team that should elevate this team for us. Matt Rule still continuing to go with this quarterback competition thing just makes us continue to question his coaching after these two back-to-back 5-win seasons, like you mentioned, you know. So we're looking for something good to happen in Matt Rule's third year.
Oh, yeah, man, because would you say that is he on the hot seat this year for y'all?
Oh, yeah, he has to be. I mean, at FanFest last night, he was doing an interview, and you could hear people chanting, "Fire Matt Rule," in the crowd behind him. He even acknowledged the fan. So he's definitely on the hot seat, man. We have disappointed 2 seasons in a row. If you follow Matt Rule historically, the third year is like the golden year for him. You know, he was coach at Temple. Third year was their best year. He was the coach at Baylor. Third year was their best year. So, yeah, David Tepper paid him a lot of money, and he really has to produce because after the upgrades we've made to our offensive line, there's no reason for us to be a 5-win football team. We should at least be contending for a wild card spot.
Absolutely, especially, I mean, I know y'all had to hate to see when Tom Brady came back, because I look at the big picture of the NFC, and I was just counting the Bucks out of the equation, and then all of a sudden one retires. It's like, God damn
it, dude. I mean, and now everyone wants to go and play for Tampa Bay. I mean, look at Julio. I mean, now it's like everyone knows if you want a ring chase, go to Tampa Bay and play with Tom. I don't blame them. And, yeah, it's kind of true. Our division, we're all battling for second place, you know, until someone can knock off Tampa Bay. We're looking to prove ourselves. But the NFC South, other than that, is pretty wide open between the Saints and the Falcons and us. So it ought to be a very interesting season.
Okay, so I know we're running our starters, including Carson Wentz, about 15 to 20 snaps tomorrow. Is Baker and company planning to play tomorrow?
So, yeah, they are going to play some of the starters tomorrow. We don't know how much. So, I'm personally really excited for our third-round draft pick, Matt Corral, out of Ole Miss. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of Matt Corral. I think he's our future. Many Panther fans are hoping that we get to see a lot of Matt Corral, see what the rookies got, especially with Malik Willis already kind of making headlines after what he did last night, making some big plays for the Tennessee Titans. So, we're hoping to see a lot of him. And, yeah, Matt Rule and our coaches, we haven't even settled down on our final offensive line formation. We drafted Kevin Kwanu, number 6 overall,
Mhm.
and basically we've been playing him at left tackle. But a lot of times, Brady Christensen, who we drafted last year out of the third round out of BYU, he's been starting at left tackle in training camp and looking really good in his place. So, there's a lot of offensive line battles. So I do think that you're going to see a good bit of starters playing tomorrow while Carolina works out their final 53-man roster.
Awesome, man. I know that can be a little scary when you have a new quarterback to work into the fold, mixing around offensive linemen. But I think the main theme of this game tomorrow is you talked about your third round pick, the 94th pick in the draft. We drafted a guy from you guys' area.
Sam Howell.
We get Howell versus Corral in our first preseason matchup, and they're going to get the majority of the QB snaps. I cannot wait to see what the measuring stick of their progressions look like, because Sam has impressed me. I don't know how Corral's looked at camp, but Sam has definitely impressed me in camp. He gets the ball out of his hands in a hurry. The arm is live. He's accurate for the most part. And the arm is tantalizing because he's Heineke's size, but he has Wentz's arm, so it looks insane. How's Corral looked at camp so far? And what's your clarity with Sam Howell being in Carolina?
So it's funny that you mentioned Sam Howell. A lot of analysts said that the Panthers should have taken Sam Howell because of his North Carolina ties. Listen, I can take everything that you just said about Sam Howell, copy and paste it, and it could be about Matt Corral. I think he has shown off a very live arm. If you watch Matt Corral's highlights, he has one of the fastest throwing motions that you will ever see, man. He has a real piston connected to his right shoulder. I wish that I can say he's gotten more opportunities. Matt Rule tried to tell everyone this would be an open competition, but truly it hasn't been. It's been a two-horse race between Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold, and you kind of have Matt Corral battling it out with P.J. Walker for third-team reps. And you might not even know the name P.J. Walker, and that's
I know P.J. Walker. I know that guy. XFL legend.
Yeah, for sure, man. But it's like we're excited about the young guy, and our coaches, like, they really take it hard on rookies, man. Like, they make you earn your spot, and you're not given anything. A lot of fans think that it's to our detriment because we're kind of lagging behind on Kevin Kwanu. We could have had Brady Christensen better prepared last year. There's a few different issues with it, but for the most part, we're really hoping that Matt Corral, that tomorrow is his day to shine. That's what we're looking for, to see Matt Corral versus your Commanders tomorrow.
No, man. Matt Corral and Howell, it seems like it's going to be the spotlight on them. Like you said, Malik Willis, he set the tone for the week for the rookie quarterback, a rookie class that it was very disrespected in draft value. Like, every year we see teams get thirsty and come up and reach for quarterback. This year they let it wait, man. These guys went far out past their projections this year. Why are you guys even still entertaining Darnold in your QB competition?
Dude, it annoys everyone so much, man. Like, the Panthers are literally paying this man $18.5 million to be a backup. And that's the only reason they're even faking like it's a competition. There really is no competition. Baker Mayfield has been with this organization a much shorter amount of time, and he already looks way better than Sam Darnold. You can't trade him because no one wants him. And no one wants him, and you have all that money that you probably end up having to just eat anyway. So there's really nothing you can do with him. He's a glorified $18.5 million backup, man. And if he was gone, it would be better for us, because then at least if something happens, we have Matt Corral, and we're excited to see what he can be as a football player. Yeah, but right now we're still trying to swallow the pill that is Sam Darnold and those wasted picks that we gave up for him.
That's crazy. Who would think that the first and third pick of the 2018 draft would both be residing on you guys' roster right now?
It's been rough over here, man.
Hey, I know what y'all going through, man. We tried out 4 quarterbacks a year. It feels like we're hopefully going to get things right and we're going to right the ship. And Carson's going to have a resurgence here. Cross my fingers, knock on wood. But yeah, man. How's Christian McCaffrey looking? He's always injured. I'm afraid to ever draft him in fantasy again. How is he coming back this year? And how is J.C. Horn looking?
Christian McCaffrey is looking as good as he ever has. He's healthy. That man never misses a workout, dude. He is swole. And listen, ripped, man. These players know the narratives that get made about them. It's impossible for Christian not to know that people are thinking of him as an injury-prone player. So I think he knows that this is a very big year for him. I mean, listen, call me a biased Panther fan, but I believe that when Christian McCaffrey is on the field, he's the very best running back in the NFL in terms of skill set and what he can do. He's a nightmare in the backfield, motion them out. He can literally do whatever you ask him to. And he's also very underrated in pass protection. Like, this dude has stonewalled 300-pound men before. Like, he is a real superhero out there on the football field. If we continue to, protecting our quarterback has been such a big issue, but really the additions that we made on the offensive line is as much for Christian as for anyone else. I mean, we drafted Kim Kwanu. We also signed Bradley Bozeman, the center from the Baltimore Ravens. And Austin Corbett, our right guard, just won a Super Bowl with the Los Angeles Rams. So, Christian has no reason to not have a big-time year this year. And should he go down, Deontay Foreman, who played for Tennessee Titans last year, we brought him in as well to kind of be that relief back, that short yardage back, goal line type of situations to kind of take some of the load off of McCaffrey. And we're definitely really hopeful about Christian this year. You mentioned J.C. Horn. He started out the season on the PUP list. He has been activated. He has been practicing. He had, that foot injury last year, and he was basically still coming back from that. He had some soreness, and they wanted to be careful more than anything else. Man, Panther Nation is buzzing right now that between J.C. Horn and C.J. Henderson, who we traded for last year, Carolina could have 2 young number 1 corners on our roster. And, man, we're in the right division to have that kind of defensive backfield.
And for Matt Rule to have been such an offensive coach coming out of college, you guys have went really heavy on defense in your first couple drafts. Y'all didn't draft an offensive player his first year there, right?
Yeah, not one single offensive player in his first year. We went all defense. We drafted Derek Brown, Jeremy Chin. Now, to their credit, those were big additions to our defense. Derek Brown's our one tech. I mean, everything is going to flow around him pretty much.
Monster.
And Jeremy Chin, I mean, he's looking like a young version of Troy Polamalu. I mean, this man flies around the field. It hits people in the mouth. And ever since the retirement of Luke Kuechly, number 59, he really has been the leader of our defense, especially in that backfield, getting guys in the right spot, making sure people are in the right places. And, he's been an incredible asset. The Panthers have just recently finally started to double down on adding offensive players, like really big-time offensive players, because our offensive line has been so bad for the past 4 years in a row now. It's our Achilles heel. So our defense, we know we have a good defense, but it's can our offense step up enough to actually complement them? And that's our big question.
Yep, y'all got one of my boys, one of my guys, Matthew Ioannidis. How has he been acclimated to the defense? Y'all got him starting. How's he looked in camp so far?
Yeah, he's listed as a starter right now. He's been relatively quiet. We haven't really heard a lot from a lot of the defensive players. Again, now that preseason is honestly starting and they're going to play some other players, then we have joint training camp with the Patriots. So we're expecting to kind of hear a lot more about our defensive players here soon. But that was one of our favorite signings of the offseason. Matt Ioannidis is a great addition. and we lost Hassan Reddick, who y'all are going to have to face twice in the division this year. We were very disappointed to lose him, but when you look at some of the younger defensive guys that we have on the team and Matt Ioannidis, we feel like we can get a good rotation on that right defensive end spot to complement Brian Burns on the other side.
Yeah, Brian Burns, Brown, they got Ioannidis. Y'all defense is primed and ready to go.
Yeah.
Like our defense is ready to take off. Chase is probably going to miss some time, but we need Montez Sweat to be the animal we drafted him to be this year. So what is a player that you have your eye on that a lot of fans that aren't in your fan base would be looking out for tomorrow?
Number 54, Davion Nixon, defensive tackle out of Iowa. This man is a monster. He was drafted in the 5th round. For those of you who don't know, Iowa has a pretty legendary strength and conditioning program.
Their players don't bust ever.
Yeah, they don't bust, man. They have the strongest players in the world. That's where Tristan Wirfs went. But Davion Nixon, we think that this year, if you put him next to our man Derek Brown, that he could be an absolute nightmare. He got injured a little bit early last season, so he kind of missed some time due to that, but he's healthy now, and we're expecting him to have a big-time year this year. And another honorable mention I'll give you, and I mentioned it earlier, C.J. Henderson has really been the star of our training camp. And, you might not be where I know you might, but if your viewers aren't very aware of him, he hasn't played in the NFL very long. He only played 1 season for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and then the Panthers traded for him. So he kind of, was a little bit late to the process of learning our defense. But, man, he has been nightmare fuel.
Why were they so willing to trade him so fast? Because
I don't know, man. Dude, Jacksonville was a dumpster fire, bro.
Oh my god!
Like they had so many problems with
Sheriff went to Iowa Red Wings, but
yeah, that's that organization and everything they went through with Urban Meyer last year. Man, for a team that knows what a circus and a shit show looks like, what was going on in Jacksonville last year was like a whole nother level, and I cannot wait to see them week 1 over here. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this game tomorrow. I'm looking forward to see your the 2 starting quarterbacks go against each other, and the 2 rookies go against each other. But the defenses are probably the strength of both of these teams. Who would you say is the leader of you guys' defense? Is it Jeremy Chin?
Yeah, I would say probably Jeremy Chin, but we also have Shaq Thompson, who's been here since 2015. And Shaq, I mean, really, ever since Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis have, retired and moved on, he's been the linchpin of our linebacking core. And really, he's been like carrying the torch for that linebacking core. But outside of him, like he really has been our main linebacker. And he doesn't even play Mike. He's not an inside linebacker. But this past year, he changed his number to number 7. It fits him. He was flying around, smacking people in the mouth.
Yeah, that number changes things, man. The swag hits.
It does. They feel it, man. They feel it. You gotta have the right number. And another one I'll mention as an honorable mention is Dante Jackson. We drafted him out of LSU, and we've asked a lot of him in the time that he's been here, but he hasn't ever really been in an advantageous position. When you're always having to stop the run and focus on attacking downhill, of course you're going to get beat deep from time to time. So fans are kind of hard on him. But last year, Dante, in my opinion, had a breakout season. This man is legit one of the fastest players in the NFL.
Got an extension?
Runs a 4.2. It just got extended. This man is a big-time part of our defense and what we do. So, again, our defensive backfield is definitely pretty loaded. I do have some questions for you, though. I'm wondering if you wouldn't mind fielding some.
Oh, of course. Send them my way. Let's go.
Bro, so, okay. First and foremost, what happened with Sam Mills? Because, we have a big-time connection with Sam Mills. His dad just got inducted into the Hall of Fame for the Panthers. Mm-hmm. What happened there? Why did former Carolina coach Ron Rivera, why did you fire Sam?
First of all, the fans have been speaking on his demise and have been speaking this firing into existence for over a year now.
Okay.
And first, it starts from this. Our fans hate this Washington Commanders connection thing. It feels like every single person we bring on staff or on the roster has some ties to Ron's time in Carolina. And a lot of
Yeah.
fans, they have a lot of pushback for it. Me, as long as the players and the staff work out, I don't care where you get them from. And I understand in the NFL that when guys go to a new place, they like to bring familiar faces with them. But it does seem like overkill at time with Ron, with the Carolina connections. He just didn't get the best out of our defensive guys. I don't know what the technique was. Interesting. A guy you guys signed this year, Matthew Ioannidis.
Yeah.
There were multiple reports that he was firing back at the techniques and coaching styles of the D-line coach multiple times over the last 2 years. And clearly there was a disconnect because last year we didn't see any growth out of Chase Young or Montez Sweat, their pass rush arsenal. I don't think you can put that all on the coach, but it always just looked interesting to me seeing little 5'6" Sam Mills coaching these Greek gods that we have up front. Deron Allen, Sweat, and Young. It felt like the writing was on the wall this summer because we've had like guest D-line coaches all summer. Ryan Kerrigan is like being an understudy and a coach in waiting in the D-line room, and Warren Sapp has come out to about 7 to 10 practices overseeing the D-line group. So it felt like there's some movement starting to, like, it doesn't really seem like your job's safe. We got these legends coming in and out of practice. The timing of it is strange, though, because you would think before camp, like, what kind of disagreement that Ron and him had to have gotten into the other day for him to say, no, we're pulling the plug in the middle of camp before our first preseason game?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, it did strike me as weird to do it at that time, like so close to training camp. I thought that was weird. My next question for you is revolving your quarterback. Like, how do y'all feel about Carson Wentz? Because I feel like it's a little bit of a similar situation to Baker Mayfield. Like, if you're a lover or a hater of Baker Mayfield, you can go and find evidence to support your argument that either he's a good quarterback or he's a bust and he's terrible. I kind of feel like Carson Wentz is the same player. He had that almost MVP season with Philly, but then it was kind of up and down last year with Indy. Are y'all excited about Carson? Do you believe that he's actually the guy?
I'm excited about Carson. Let me tell you why I'm excited about Carson. Will I ever mistake Carson as Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers? No. But it's an experience, like a roller coaster. There's highs and lows to Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz's highs are unlike anything we've seen in this building in a long time. Like, Kirk Cousins was a consistent guy. Like, Kirk Cousins is the best quarterback of my lifetime here. Fans don't like Kirk Cousins, so they don't like to admit that truth. But he's the only quarterback that consistently produced over a 4-year clip. And we completely botched the contract situation with him. Since Kirk Cousins left, we've started like 10 quarterbacks over the last few years.
Wow.
I'm tired of it. And Carson Wentz, 6'5", 240, rocket arm. He doesn't limit the offense. Taylor Heineke, bless his soul, the offense had to be cut in half because he couldn't throw outside the boundaries or push the ball down the field. But I'm excited to see Carson. I'll take him flaws and all. We've never had a quarterback throw for 30 touchdowns in 55 years. I think that changes this year. And I think this is the best wide receiver group and influx of talent around him that he's played with in his time in the league. So I'm excited to see Carson play. But they're gonna make a microcosm of every throw he makes at practice to try to say, oh, he's not good. Oh, he's not this. Oh, he's not a team guy. The guy looks the part personality-wise, and I'm excited to see him play. I want to see big arm guy that takes chances. I'm done with game manager. I never want to see the Teddy Bridgewater, Alex Smith types here.
Yes. We're in the same boat, man. Like, I'm the biggest Cam Newton fan of all time, and ever since they cut him that first time, man, it's been rough, dude. It's been rough. So that's why it's like, and again, you guys are in a similar situation having drafted Sam Howell, too. It's like, you have a guy that, like, okay, we hope he can be the guy. But also, you're excited about the young dude that also has the rocket arm, that also has the ability to move around a little bit.
I don't even want to see Heineke in preseason. I wish we could just jump from Wentz to the Howell the whole preseason.
So is he quarterback number 3? They got Taylor Heineke in front of him?
He's going to be the number 3 until they feel it's okay to put him with the 2s. But
yeah,
I think if he keeps going on the trajectory that we're going at, he can definitely take the 2 job. But Taylor just has years in the system. He goes back with Scott Turner from his time in Carolina and his time in Minnesota. So he knows the offense. Bless his heart. Love the guy. Great guy. Great story. Don't ever want to see him start a game for us again. I'm sorry. Like I'm just gonna call it what it is, man. I need a quarterback that can make all the throws. And Sam Howell excites me, and I'm excited to see Carson Wentz. He used to do us really dirty when he played for Philly. And we get a full Carson Wentz revenge story this year. He gets 2 times versus Philly. We get to go to Indianapolis, and we start the season at Jacksonville, where it ended with the Colts last year. So
that's perfect.
They wrote that storyline to perfection with Carson being our quarterback this year.
And that's kind of similar to us, too. We open with the Browns. Woo! So it's like, dude, that story is like, that's the story, man. Baker versus the Browns. So, yeah, I definitely hear you on that one. Are y'all as tired of Mario Herney as we were when he was about out the door? How do y'all feel about? Well, I mean, really, I'll expand that to Ron Rivera as well. Like, we all loved Ron Rivera. I mean, everything that he did for the Carolina Panthers, you can't not love the man. He's a great guy. He's battled cancer. He's been through everything. That guy is the man. But I felt like at the end of his time here in Carolina, we really felt like it was time for something new. Like it was time to do something different. Do you feel like Ron Rivera has been what the doctor ordered for the Commanders? And do you think he's going to be the guy going forward?
He's definitely what the doctor ordered, because I'm not sure many coaches would have survived all the bullshit that he's had to deal with since he's got here. All the name change, all the scandals, sexual harassment suits, and the constant, incessant storylines that float over our owner's head. A young offensive-minded coach might have shit his pants taking the job here, and Ron was built for it. That on top of fighting cancer and everything that's going on. Ron was what the doctor ordered, but I have a theory that Ron was brought here to help clean up the culture for a 5-year contract and hand the team to a coach of his choice, and I think that coach is Scott Turner. I think he was brought – I think they have like a little plan to hand the team off to Scott after 5. This is me theorizing. There may be no truth to this at all, but Scott just got an extension this offseason, and if you ask most of our fan base, they would have been like, why did Scott get an extension? Because, I mean, he hasn't had the chance to really take off as a coordinator because we have a different assortment of quarterbacks every year. But I like Ron. I feel like at times he can be too old school, and it can feel like he lacks foresight and vision toward the future of the game. But I think he's exactly what the doctor ordered. Mayhew and Herney, they give their say, but ultimately they answer to Ron. So they're kind of like the assistants at this point. Ron runs the whole football side of the operation here. And I love the dude, man. I really want to see him take off. He took off in year 3 when he was you guys' coach, and he follows up 9 playoff years with at least 9 wins every time. I need that to continue here. But as a fan that's outside of this area, and you're a Carolina fan, you see our new name, new uniform, this whole rebrand. How does that make you feel?
I mean, man, I want to know your reaction to it, man. Like, I kind of feel like if you're a fan of Washington, it's like, man, y'all been through it. Y'all had the Redskins forever. That was who y'all were. Then that's problematic. Can't do that no more. Then you were the Washington football team.
I hated it.
And at first I didn't like Washington football team, but honestly, it kind of grew on me a little bit. Like, it was unique. You know, there wasn't any other name scheme like that in the NFL. And then the Commanders came out. And, like, I knew that there was a bunch of different options, right? Like, there was the Red Wolves. There was Red Hawks. There was, like, a few popular kind of, you know, names floating around. But, yeah, Commanders, I didn't see that coming, man.
I think the name is dry. It doesn't tilt the needle for me. It doesn't move the needle for me, but neither did Redskins. Like, to be honest, like, I'm a 30-year-old fan. I didn't see the glory days. The name doesn't mean that much to me. I'm a fan of the team, the players, the fans. The name never really did anything special to me. My father always told me, the name's going to change one day. Like, someone's going to be offended, and because it's kind of offensive. And he was like, it's going to definitely change one day. So I've always expected the name to go at some point. And as soon as you see society starting to take this shift where everything is so sensitive and, like, you knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I was just dead set on, please update our look. Modernize our uniforms and give me something nice. Make the branding look nice. And the name may not be great, but I think we've stuck the landing on the uniforms, the aesthetic. Everything looks better now to me, because for a while, I think we looked like a dated franchise that still was playing in the 70s and 80s. And I love the new stuff. I love the gradients on the white jersey. I love the matte helmet. I love the all black. I've been begging for an all black uniform since I was a small child. I'm okay with it. If they win games, people will buy into whatever the name was. People started to like Washington football team, and it's one of the weirdest things ever.
Yeah, and I always felt like, the name Redskin, especially if it's offensive, get rid of it. But I always felt like the logo was actually proud. Like, to have this Native American chief on the side of your helmet, I always thought that was really cool and more honorable to Native American people. I don't know. I can't lie and say that I know too many Native American people that I've had this conversation with. But I think I really do like the uniforms. And again, you have a really good young group of guys, man. I really like Chase Young. How you not? I really like Montez Sweat. And you guys went back-to-back years Alabama D tackles, right? Both of them are still with y'all, right?
Yep. Payne's going into a contract year, and Jonathan Allen was almost an all-pro last year. Absolute monster, man. I love him. Love the guy. And Terry McLaurin. I feel like we have very similar number one receivers, because DJ Moore looks the part. He seems like he's that guy for you guys. But Scary Terry has a running mate now with Jahan Dotson. Knock on wood, if we can bring the Curtis Samuel from Carolina to Washington this year and keep him on the field, this offense can be nuts, man.
Yeah, man. Y'all have all the tools, man. We were such a fan of Curtis. I wanted Curtis to be our own version of Tyreek Hill so bad. It never panned out. We did a lot of motioning him out of the backfield, kind of like almost like a Deebo Samuel type, like a pseudo running back receiver type. But yeah, man, listen, you guys have the players. I think it's definitely going to be an interesting season for the NFC East, man.
And for the NFC in general, because I mean, you look at the top of it, you look at the Rams, you look at what the Packers are going to be this year, the Bucks, they may take a step back. After those three teams, it's like, who is it? Who's the next team in the NFC? And it's out there for anybody, a team like you guys and a team like us, to jump up into the playoff picture. I love the new black helmets y'all are going with this year.
Yes. That's been a long time coming for us. We've been screaming for black helmets. Just like you've been saying, black uniforms. Man, like, our mascot is a panther. Like, it's a black panther, man. Like, dude, we needed that black helmet. A lot of fans want that to be our primary look. They want that to be the full-time helmet. But,
does Robbie Anderson know who Sir Purr is now?
You mean that bear? Yeah, that bear. Nah, I think he's probably learned now. Yeah, I went to Fan Fest. How about Sir Purr bungee jumped off of the Jumbotron and then propelled down to the center of the stadium? That dude's crazy, man.
Oh, that's awesome. That's why we're doing a mascot vote right now. That's going to start. They're going to show us the first selections tomorrow at the preseason game. We need a cool mascot, and it's not gonna, like, some people think that this is about a logo. The logo is selected. We are gonna have a physical mascot, like someone in a costume or an animal of some sort. We need to get us a cool guy. Y'all gotta be out here doing stunts, skydiving and bungee jumping and shit. We need our own one of those. If
man.
Just a mascot
for the Commanders, what should it be? Because I know most fans, they want it to be either some type of hog, pig type mascot because of the history with the hogs, or like a dog, a wolf or a dog, or some type of thing like that in Commanders fatigues or something.
I mean, I think if you're going to go with canine, it needs to be a wolf. Because when I think of dog pound, I think of the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think of Cleveland. So I would either say a wolf or, I guess like a pig. But like, man, you remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles growing up? You remember Rocksteady and Mighty Bebop? Like one of them was like that mutant-looking pig. Yeah, you need like a real tough, mean-looking pig guy, I think. That would be kind of cool. But I don't know, man. It'll be interesting to see what y'all do end up coming up with.
Absolutely. And I know you got to run because y'all got your own pod to get to. I want a season record prediction for your Carolina Panthers, and then let the folks know where they can find y'all, man.
So listen, I'm going to say that we're going to be, oh man, I'll go 9-7. I think we're going to be a 9-7 football team. I think
17 games. You left one off, man.
Oh yeah, my bad. 9-8, dude. I still gotta get used to that, man. I gotta get used to that. I said 9-8, maybe 10-7. I really do think this team is gonna go as Baker Mayfield does. I'm excited about Matt Corral, but seeing how they're treating him, it's gonna be Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. And if Baker gets hurt or doesn't cut it, man, Sam Darnold, that's a rough one, man. So if Christian can stay healthy and Baker Mayfield can do just enough, he doesn't have to be a superhero. He doesn't have to play Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert style football. He just needs to take care of the ball. Don't make dumb plays. Don't make dumb passes. Play within the rhythm of the offense. And we should be a tough out for any team that's on our schedule.
For sure. So, okay, you're going with 9-8, 10-7. Appreciate you for coming on with me today, man. I'm very excited to see this game tomorrow. Let folks know where they can find you guys.
Yeah, man, you can find me on Twitter at CodyLac, CodyLac. You see, that's my thumbnail right behind me. We do the C3 Friday free-for-all every Friday at 7 p.m. on the C3 Panthers podcast. And it's a fan for the fans. It's a podcast for the fans, by the fans. Anyone can come on. They can join via StreamYard. And we have great discussions. And then every Tuesday night at 9 p.m., that's our main show with me, Tony, Greg, and CK. And, man, we are your premier Panthers podcast. We go all year round. So if you need to be up to date with the Carolina Panthers, or maybe you have a friend who's a Panthers fan that's looking for a cool community to join, that's us, man. C3 Panthers podcast.
Absolutely. Y'all will definitely be my go-to whenever I need any Panthers intel or collaborations that we need to get going. Good luck to you guys on the season, and have a good stream tonight, my guy.
I appreciate you, brother. Have a good one, Rio.
Yes, sir. You too, man. Yep. So what's up, chat? Now that our guest has exited the building, we have our first preseason game tomorrow. What are you guys in the chat looking forward to? Everybody smash that like, and let's talk about what are you guys looking for out of the team tomorrow? What do you guys need to see out of the Commanders in preseason game number 1? For me, out of the starting unit, I don't need to see much. TC, what's good with you, man? What's popping with you, my guy? I need to see one scoring drive, whether it's just a field goal or not. One scoring drive out of the starting offense, and I need to see Sam Howell lead 2 scoring drive. I don't care if it's 2 field goal. I need to see Sam Howell march the team twice. Would love to see him in a 2-minute drill type situation. See my man Scotty said, I'm looking for a few bombs down the field. Hell yeah, I want bombs away for real. I don't want Curtis Samuel to run any type of route that leads him into getting tackled. I need to see him only run a vertical, like a sideline out. I don't need to see him anywhere near contact tomorrow. Isaac said Carson to look comfortable. That's a good one, man. Comfortable in the offense, comfortable, not shaky, decisive, knowing where he wants to go with the ball.
that sort of thing. I'm not looking for us to win the game or no shit like that. I don't care about the results. The only people in the world that care about the results of preseason are the Baltimore Ravens, because they're now on like their 22nd preseason win in a row. They haven't lost a preseason game in like 6 years. At this point, that shit needs to be put into the Hall of Fame because it's absurd. Like, they ain't won shit during this time where they've won all these preseason games, but for some reason they take the preseason very serious, and their depth players are absolutely phenomenal. Command D says Carson Wentz not getting sacked and throwing crazy interception. Yep, and by crazy interception, I'm assuming you meaning tossing or throwing it with his left hand. We don't want to see none of that shit this year. Uptown Dre said Carson looking crisp, but Terry and Jahan. Also, Sam go deep. Bomb City, bombs away. We got 2 live arms in the quarterback room, guys. Doesn't it feel amazing? We can actually toss that shit down the field, see a receiver catch it in stride and not have to come back with it or die by the time the ball gets there. We need that shit. TC, the Cowboy fan. Don't wish no ill will on my quarterback. We don't want to see Carson on his back in a preseason game. I wouldn't wish that on Dakota Rain with his stripper ass name. Coach, get on the line. Say 8-play TD drive, starting offense. Samuel gets the TV. Heard it here. If that's how the offense opens the game, you can get them the fuck off the field immediately. Take them out. I don't need to see any more. Put Curtis Samuel in bubble wrap. Put him in a cryo chamber for the rest of the preseason. And I'll see him on September 11th when the Jags comes to town. Will Yam in Japan, my guy, said, I want to see production and sustained drives on the offense. I want to see protection in the pocket, and I want to see the long game taken away from the Panthers, make them pay short. For sure. I'd like to see the defense get after it a little bit. I want to see Jamin Davis. He needs to show me something. He shouldn't get a regular veteran preseason routine. Like, when Cole Holcomb and the rest of the guys take their pads off after the first quarter, Jamin should be his ass still in there. Him and Khalil Hudson running with the 2s, shit the 3. I need to see him comfortable, playing instinctive, and not thinking so much this year. I need to see it, man. I'm excited. People are like, yo, you're way too hyped for a preseason game. Why are you so hyped at practice? Because I love this shit, man. I'm obsessed. I feel like an addict whose fix has finally come in, but it's a good type of addiction. It's football. Football is fucking life, man. I'm watching preseason games with fucking Davis Webb playing, and I'm excited to see it happen. I'm excited watching my boy Malik Willis set it off last night for the Ravens. We get to see Sam Howell versus Matt Corral. Matt Corral was picked 50 picks before Sam Howell, a guy he was projected to be drafted ahead of. So we get to see how their progression looks side by side with one another. Like, this is our first game preview of the year. I am turned. I am ready. I will be out at FedEx Field. We get to see the white jerseys being debuted, and the Commanders take the field under the new moniker for the first time. They're going to be playing the reviewed, the revamped, if you will, fight song. They're going to have the white unis on tomorrow. They dropped the jersey schedule, which shows which jerseys we'll be wearing at each home game. The pants will be decided later because the players are going to be doing votes on shit like that. And they're going to be showing us our first look at some of the mascot options we're going to be voting for over these next couple months before they announce it on January 1st. But let's see what else everybody wants to see. Okay, I respect it. Just him on his back. I respect it. I want to see what skills Mark and Michelle have. Mark and Michelle been making some plays, man. That kid gets open and he catches everything, man. He's definitely making the end of the wide receiver room conversation interesting. Uptown Dre said, play Reyes and Bates together, ground and pound a few series. I'm sick that I don't get to see my boy Aquaman, my boy Cole Turner, but that ground and pound group with Bates and Reyes, that you might be onto something there, because Reyes and Bates are both just a unit, man. They get it in, man. I want to see what Michelle and Harmon can do. The returner battles also. Yeah, the returner battle, that's Dax Milne and Alex Erickson, and it's possible they both make the roster to round out the receiving room. I'll tell you what, Dax Milne is a lock, in case you guys did not know. He's a lock. That guy runs with the ones a lot. His role on the offensive side of the ball looks as important and pivotal as De'Ami Brown's role. I'm looking at the Buffalo nickel. Everybody take a shot. We got another Buffalo nickel in the chat. DeForest and Percy Butler. I want to see what DeForest does, because Defo I have very low expectations for Defoe. I envisioned him as like our dollar store DeShazer Everett. Like he could play safety if he has to in emergency situation, but he's going to be our ace on special team. He's going to be that guy who brings the boom on special team. I'm excited to see him and Percy, Master P. Butler, compete for that Buffalo nickel third safety role because we've been running a lot. Bobby McCain's having a great camp, guys. In case you don't know, the safety communication and the secondary, they look great, man. Bobby McCain's flying around. He's all over the football. He's ready to really shut people up this year and do it big. Quessy said, I'm trying to see the team playing better than the last half of last year, for sure. We can't take too much out of the preseason game, but let's enjoy it, and let's definitely get a lot of things to talk about out of it. Don't worry about it, Roger. It's all good. You can watch the playback, my boy. As long as you show up, always expect you to pull up in the chat and give some insight, man. No worries, my G. You know what else I want to see? Carson Wentz literally shut people up. I know, man. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the disrespect. I know he's sick of it. He's a much better man than me. There's a reason why I'm not in a position where I'm a professional athlete, a professional coach, a front office member, because you're going to talk to me nice. Y'all not going to get some of this shit off that the media gets off to these players, and they have to be kind and cordial about it. And just, yeah, man, I know, man. Yeah, those things happen, but we got to, no. I'd be like, first of all, ask me that question with some fucking reverence and talk to me with some goddamn respect, because I'm not putting up with some of that shit. That's why I was not mad when Jason Wright came out today and defended his quarterback. Our last president ran our best players out of town. Brucifer, our new president, backs his players. He's 10 toes down for his guys. I'm not mad at it at all. D-line, who makes the fourth string DE and D tackle? Casey Toohill and James Smith-Williams and F.A. Obata, they've looked good. Toohill has much more of a motor than I've ever expected to see. He has wreaked havoc on the starting O-line in practice so far. And as far as D-tackle, for Darian Mathis, that's a player we all want to be paying attention to, because he's going to be the incumbent, the successor to Daron Payne when he inevitably walks in the offseason. If we don't get an extension done, we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, man, we got to see what the depth of the D line looks like, because Chase is going to miss some time, hopefully not too much time. And we let go of Settle and Ioannidis in the offseason. So, and we may inevitably lose Payne. So we got to see what the depth looks like at those positions. Sugar Daddy, what up, my guy? What up, Unc? I've been in the bushes for 20 minutes. Hey, man, enjoy your Friday, my guy. Enjoy those drinks. I want to see Torrey McTire back. It would be nice to see it. It would be nice to see it. Lines. I want to see Robinson trucking. Brian Robinson look good, bro. Brian Robinson looks the part. And the last practice that I attended, he was getting a lot of the ones reps. I don't know what that was. I don't know if it's preseason prep. Or Gibson was on the sideline for like 12 to 15 minutes doing some resistance band type workout where he was working on his ball handling and not fumbling the ball. Brian Robinson got a whole bunch of runs reps. There's a lot of ones reps being given to these young guys this year. Cole Turner ran all of the ones reps before tweaking his hamstring. Jamin Davis is starting. Him and Cole Holcomb are the starting linebackers. Khalil Hudson and David Mayo are the guys that rotate in. I need to see some good work out of the linebacker unit. Dak is not – hey, man. Dak's a good quarterback, man. I'm not even gonna go there. I hope Joey Sly has a chance to kick a 60-yarder. I know that boy be kicking me 60-yarders, and Madden, that man has bailed me out some tight spot. I had a 66-yarder with him a couple weeks ago and won a game. Big Rio, baby. What up, Royston? How you doing, my guy? Dev, my guy, what's good? Who's starting right guard and center with no Chase or Turner? Wes Schweitzer at right guard with no Trey Turner. Who's starting at center? Who is it? Larson? Is it Larson? I think it's Larson. I'm not sure. But, yeah, I don't even need to see Chase. I know he's a proven commodity. I don't even need to do it. I don't need to see it. What's up with Shaka Tony? Haven't heard much. I mean, he was on the side field for a lot of camp so far, but he's been back this week. He got a fight this week. I mean, you know, they were scrapping. They were scrapping a little bit at practice the other day. But, you know, I haven't seen much. I mean, he's explosive. He's has some of the best bend that we have there, but I don't know. Oh, Larson's out too. I don't know who's playing fucking center then. I want to see ESPN analysts choke on our nuts after we're 4-0 going into the week. Bro, we start that season 4-0 with wins at home versus Jacksonville, going up to Detroit and beating the Hard Knocks boys, which is going to be a hard game week 2. And then we come home and get the Dream Team Eagles week 3. And then we go up to Dallas week 4. We get a 4-0 start. I'm going to be acting a whole fool on the channel, social media, and at that stadium. They don't want to see me with a 4-0 start. They don't want to see us, how we going to get down if we win these 11 games I'm predicting this year. Because we got to bring that energy and that passion back to this fan base and to that stadium, man. We got to bring the energy back. So whenever you guys can, make sure y'all pull up to the stadium. And if you do pull up on me, I'm there all year, section 139, with my boy Stunner, Jalen from Bleeding B&G. We in the building all year. Why is everyone saying Mayo's running with the ones and Jamin only plays on passing situations? I mean, Jamin's getting most of the starts, but they mix in guys. And Mayo does get a lot more run than I would like in practice, but Jamin got to show us something. I think he should be playing preseason reps like he was a rookie, and he shouldn't get the veteran treatment of being pulled out of games early. I don't think he should be doing that. And T. Roy said, De'Ami Brown's progression. He started off camp hot. First of all, first thing you notice is he looks like a completely different person. He went from being this bony, linky-ass receiver out of UNC to looking like fucking Anquan Bolden right now. He is swole as shit. I don't know what Hakeem Nicks had him lifting at UNC this summer, but he's been pumping mean iron. That boy looks good. His route running looks sharper. He's definitely worked on his route tree. Him and Milne, outside of our top 3 receivers, De'Ami and Milne get the most rec over Cam Sims. They get all the burn when one of the starting guys aren't in. They get a lot of rep with the ones. Don't know how many starters are playing for the Falcons, but the Lions and Golf made it easy going down the field for a touchdown. That's gonna be a tough game. Anybody watch Hard Knocks? Anybody here watch Hard Knocks? Well, the first episode was phenomenal, bro. It was phenomenal. Dan Campbell, I want to suit up and go fuck somebody up for Dan Campbell. This guy, he's hard not to believe in, man. They got some characters on that roster. They're going to be fun. And if you think we about to go up to Detroit week 2 and stomp them boys, no, sir. Most of those games that they lost last year were by a touchdown or less. Them boys fight for their coach. What are the chances of Washington getting Roquan Smith? Probably like 0. I hope we at least made the call. I would love for us to have made the call and for everybody to say, man, what we need to make the call for? Why are we giving up on Jamin? It's not about giving up on Jamin. When you have a chance to upgrade to a 25-year-old blue chip elite talent, you take that shit. It ain't about hurting someone's feelings or giving up on a guy. Roquan Smith is a 25-year-old elite Mike backer. Getting him would free up Cole and Jamin to play their natural weak and strong side backer spots while having a fucking quarterback of the defense type player there. But we're not getting Roquan Smith, so we might as well cut that conversation off right there. Hey, Ali, I'm bringing the hype because I'm excited, man. We get to watch the Commanders play football tomorrow. The first time ever under the new name. First time in our new uniforms. We're rocking the whites, if you don't know. We're watching football tomorrow. We're watching real football be played, whether it be a preseason game or not. Dak Prescott is a very good top 10 quarterback and the best in the division. I'm a Washington fan. I agree. I agree with both of those statements. We're going to really see what he's made of this year without his main target from the last few years, Amari Cooper, being there, and with all the injuries and turnaround in your receiver room. We're going to see what CeeDee Lamb is made of. I love it, too, how Jason isn't allowed to call unprofessionalism out in media because of who cuts his paycheck. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, oh, you work for Dan Snyder. You're not allowed to call. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense, bro. And honestly, we all wish we had a boss that would ride for us the way that Jason rode for Carson today. The Commanders will not – I said the Commanders. I'm so used to it. We play the Panthers tomorrow. Will not defeat Dallas this season. We will definitely split with y'all this year. 100%. Bet it. Bet it. If y'all sweep us this year, I'll wear a Dallas fucking jersey on the show. Are there any leaders in this team you see emerging from the team that we wouldn't have thought? Leaders, like from a personality standpoint? That's a good question. That's a really good question. I don't know if I ever thought Cole Holcomb was going to be a leader, and he seems like he's definitely one of the leaders of the team. David Mayo gives the best pregame speeches on the roster. That man be giving some Friday nights Hoover from that show on MTV back in the day, 2-a-days. He be giving some. I'm thinking of leaders though. Probably Dotson. Dotson is like Terry Jr. That is definitely Terry Jr. I just want him to follow Terry around in all walks of life, just following him and mirroring everything he does. He looks the part on and off the field, and he has the right mindset. I'm excited to see the depth of the O-line. I need to know that we have guys that can block if the main guys get hurt. Cam Sims might not make it. I think he makes it. I just think he's more – I think he might be the last guy. Like if I had to project it today, I think the receiving core is going to be our main guys, Dotson, Terry, Samuel, Diami, Dax, Cam Sims, 6. Kelvin Harmon makes the practice squad despite having a really good camp because Cam Sims is going to be the possession ball guy on the team, the big body receiver that we have. I don't think it's a promise that he makes the team, but I think that's the receiving group. And if they keep one more, they're going to keep Alex Erickson to just be a professional returner. DeAndre Carter. So wouldn't surprise me if Milne, Erickson, and Sims round out the receiving room here. Cam definitely going to make it. He's a gunner, ace on special. Yeah, Cam should be on the roster. They staff is ridiculous. I love the receiving core, man. What's up, Rhea? What up, Corey? What's going on with you, man? HTTC. Hell. That first episode has me cheering for the Lions, yeah, man, it was really good, bro. I love what they're doing over there. Yeah, their staff is great. That staff they got over there is great. 3,900, 33-9. I love it. My prediction was about 4,100, 32 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. But guys, we haven't had a 30-touchdown quarterback in most of our lifetimes. 1967, 55 years ago. That was freaking 24 years pre-Rio's existence was the last time we had a quarterback throw for 30 touchdowns. Kirk came close to 5,000, and he came close to 30 touchdowns. We've seen 29 and 4,900. It's time for that shit to change. Dan Campbell's nice, man. I like that guy, man. I love it. I didn't think the Lions would be interesting on Hard Knocks, and they're clearly proving that wrong. I hope we get the regular season version because, they split it up into 2. I don't know if they've announced that yet. Now they got the in-season version. Shit, give that shit to us, bro. It's our first year under a new moniker. Put us on that motherfucker, man. I want to see us on that shit. Paying for Roquan. And by the way, Roquan is a Mike and Jamin isn't. Oh, facts. Facts. A real Mike. A true Mike. I was an instant believer in. Oh, as soon as you heard about biting kneecaps, you was all in, huh, Red Wings? He said biting kneecaps off and shit. You were like, I'm sold. Mr. Robinson, Josh Kirby, what's going on? Kirby on Sports Podcast. Make sure y'all check out my guy. Salute my guy, DeAndre. You in the building tomorrow? Salute for the 199 Super. I know you're going to be in the building tomorrow. Where you sitting at, my guy? Gary, you must be drunk. I'm there. I'm in there. Section 139, man. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Be right. You know I'm right. I felt like Deuce and Glenn made practice focus on him and not the team. It felt like a circuit. Good for TV, but I don't know how I was like playing there. Seemed like cool dudes, though. True. Definitely good for TV, though. Definitely good for TV. Who's more delusional? Cowboy fans or them Eagle fans talking crazy. I'm seeing Eagles fans put themselves in the Super Bowl versus Buffalo, and that shit is tilting to me. Keep that receipt. Keep it for sure. Y'all sweep us. I wear a Dak Prescott jersey on this fucking show. I promise you. 12 and 5. Oh my God, 12 and 5. I'm gonna cry, bro. I would cry. I don't even know how to even think about it. I can't fathom it. It's unimaginable to me to think of winning more than 10 games because it's never happened in my lifetime. My birth year, 91, last time it happened. So the Carson Wentz, Jason Wright thing. Scott Abraham did an interview one-on-one after practice yesterday with Carson Wentz. Pretty much said, Philly didn't want you, Indianapolis didn't want you, and talked about his inaccuracies in camp and stuff. He pretty much framed shit in a way that if Carson wasn't a nice guy, he might have been like, dude, really? And Jason came out on Twitter today and said that Scott and his childlike provocations and agenda and unprofessionalism, and he needs to appreciate the access that they allow them to have to these players and not come at them spicy like that. And I'm not mad at Jason standing up for the team. He even came at punk ass Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk, who always had something to say about Washington. Like, we know you hate the owner. Fuck the fans, we hate the motherfucker too, but come on, man. I love weed. What up, Rio? Don't forget to iron that jersey before you wear it. Now, I'm not even probably going to wear this joint no more. I'm waiting for the team to send me my Commanders junk, because the first 500 fans that renewed the tickets, we're getting free custom jerseys. With the way that these motherfuckers move, I probably won't get it until next year. But this jersey definitely need to be ironed. Shit, I might pull it out tomorrow. You know, it's my Redskins authentic custom joint. I don't know. We're going to see what we're wearing tomorrow to the game. I haven't even got my outfit ready. These Dallas jokers, these Malice jokers always talking sideways when grown folks chatting. Stand down, you heard? Oh, he want that smoke. My boy Dre want the smoke. They kept 7 receivers last year. They're probably keeping 7 this year. I can see it, man. Great staff, inferior team. I ain't mad at that statement. If we sweep you guys, you wear a Dallas diaper. Y'all don't want to see me in a Dallas diaper. I'll definitely wear a Dak jersey because y'all not fucking sweeping us this year. I was 4 years old in 1967. Damn, man, you saw the glory days, man. I envy you. Arizona is the regular season version. Yep, pretty much. 37-year-old Sonny Jurgensen. I know what Sonny Jurgensen looks like as an analyst, nothing about what he looks like as a football player. It's spelled where. I can't make it, man. I work section 2. Hey, week 1, we all pulling up on each other, man. We gotta make it a party at FedEx, man. I know the stadium is ass juice, but we gotta have fun at that sorry ass stadium, and we gotta turn it up and watch football be played and won there, bro. Best believe I'm gonna hold you to it. Hey, save the receipts, man. Save them. Cowboy fans are not delusional. We are practical. I don't know. A lot of y'all motherfuckers are delusional. Every year is y'all's year to win, like to go to the Super Bowl. I don't know. Y'all got a little delusion to you, but this Eagles fan shit this year is a little nuts, man. I'm so sick of our fair weather fans talking about Wentz. We beat Brady like Wentz lost to the Jags any given Sunday. He just lost at the wrong time. That and the fact that the Jags have beat the Colts in Jacksonville 6 years in a row. The Jags beat Josh Allen and the Bills last year. Like, we sit here and posture that narrative as if Carson Wentz was the first motherfucker alive to ever lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars, because there's the pile-on narrative of the guy. I need to see some of it rear its head here, because I don't understand the mental makeup questions and personality issues. Maybe this dude's a different person behind closed doors, because I don't get it. He seems like I've met the dude 4 times now, and I see how the players interact and respond to him. I don't get it. How you doing, Sasha? How you feeling on this Friday evening? About to take in some preseason football in a little bit. Ironic how Carson has been practically flawless since that whole accuracy issue. I know. And for fans like Mark, when Mark Holmes, I brought him to camp with me the other day, and he had this phantom video where he said Carson threw an interception where he didn't. Carson, ever since that Monday of last week, what was that? The 3rd of August? Ever since that, it was like the 2nd or 3rd of August. I don't know the date. Ever since that day, he threw 3 picks in practice. He threw his first pick since then yesterday. He's been throwing picks all over the place. His issues have been he's been high on a lot of throws, but it's camp, man. It's camp. I've seen Terrell Pryor have the greatest training camp season ever here. He was some absolute ass when it came to regular season game. He dropped the fucking bomb touchdown the first play of the season, and I knew it was going to go downhill from there. Not delusional when every year is your year. I know every year is a Cowboys year, man. Corny ass Snyder gave the interview. What you think the changes are in the state? Hey, son, I don't know if any of y'all watched awkward ass Snyder. I see why he lets his wife be the face of everything. I see why he does not show his face or speak. He is the most socially fucking awkward, weird individual ever. Like, Don't pile on, oh, Rio, you're an ambassador. You can't. No, we're going to call a spade a spade. Daniel Snyder should never have a fucking microphone in front of him. He's so weird. He's so awkward. Yeah, guys, we're expecting big attendance soon. We finally got a quarterback. And everyone's just looking at him. Everybody wants to fucking laugh at the guy. There are good changes in the stadium. On the club level, they got those mesh seats. They're nice. There's better food options. The grass in the field looks phenomenal. It is no longer dirt painted green. I don't know why it took Ron Rivera and company to get here for us to finally get grass that doesn't steal ACLs every other carry on the field, but it looks good, man. It will be Diego. What's good, man? What's good with you, Tree? How you feel, man? Ain't that the truth? Carson has a bad throw, and oh my God, it's inaccuracy and mental stability is showing. Jalen Hurts does always taking chances and making improvement. It's the thing with media. That's why now I used to be a listen to all the local media and national media podcast guy. Now, not just because I'm a creator, but I tend to gravitate towards fan content creators because we don't come in with an agenda with our perspective. It seems like a lot of the media, it seems like other than like Lake Lewis, friggin' John Keim, and a couple other guys, a lot of the media, they have an agenda and they go into their content with a direction that they want it to head in. And instead of just speaking objectively and impartially. And it's weird, man. It's really weird. We can't make a microcosm of every throw you throw in practice, bro. We can't do that shit. I'm saying Arizona's the regular season version of the Hard Knock. Oh, that's interesting. We get to watch Kyler play Call of Duty and skip out on his homework from his contract that they immediately took that language out. Cowboy fans are not delusional. We are intelligent and passionate fans. You definitely got the passionate part, right? Intelligent. I'm not like, to be perfectly honest, as a whole in the NFC East, it's probably the most passionate division fan-wise. Football, intelligence, and IQ, I won't say it's the highest, though. And that's all of our fan bases. Hell no. What's going on, Frank? How you feeling today, my guy? How we doing? Intelligent. It's our year every year since 96. Oh, man. Cowboy fans is the reason why y'all can't win. I can't even go on them for not winning. I like to go on them once they fail because they actually think they're going to do something different each year. But, hey, man. Yep, he went 6 practices between interceptions, almost 7. And honestly, I don't give a fuck about throwing interceptions in practice, bro. Wentz is not an interception machine, man. He had one bad year of interceptions. We're not counting his rookie year because rookies throw double-digit picks. Other than his rookie year, 2020 is the only year he threw a bunch of picks, and he was playing with no receivers and no line. That's the only bad year he's had in his career. I have confidence in Wentz. People can keep faking on Wentz. I have confidence in Commander Wentz. I'm excited to see him go. Fan is supposed to think every year is their year. Commander, no. Every year is the year to turn it around, but a realist, you can't think every year you're going to the Super Bowl. The thing with y'all, though, y'all have actually had the rosters to contend for a Super Bowl. Y'all just managed to F it up and choke every year. So I get that statement in sentiment, but no, fans aren't supposed to, the Jags aren't supposed to think it's their year to go to the Super Bowl this year. Like, that's very delusional. I don't have low standards. I'm a realist. But I think this year feels different, and this is the year we finally win 11 games in my lifetime. Rio, appreciate your content, living within walking distance to the stadium, very close. Holla at me if you need free parking. Hey, say less. Say less. Holla at me. We're going to have to link up and exchange content information because I'm definitely not buying a parking pass this season. I'm going to just have to finesse it like that. Walking distance from the stadium, I'm cool with it. Week 1, I'm bringing out the table so we can get a little BP going in the tailgate. So that'll probably be like one of the few times I'm there with a parking pass. That week in the Tennessee week, my friend sent me her parking pass, but we definitely got to link up, my guy. And anybody see me at the stadium, it's all good vibes. I'm the same person in person that I am on this chat. Just a passionate, fun fan with a lot to say, big mouth. But I'm not about all that fighting and all that dumb shit. I'm there to have a good time, man. Does Washington play the Jaguars and Wentz loses to them again? Go Cowboys. Yeah, we opened the season at home versus the Jaguar. I'll be scouting the Jaguars tonight. They have a game tonight, by the way. But yeah, We open the season. He gets the Curious Demons week 1 when they come to town. I think we're going to beat the fucking brakes off of them week 1, but that could be my optimism just flowing through my veins right now. All fans are yeah, that's a part of being it. Fan stands for fanatic. I will never predict us to go to or win a Super Bowl until we are a consistently in the playoffs contender. You will never hear me predict no shit like that. The day y'all hear me predict us going to or winning a Super Bowl, we're coming off about 3 playoff trips in a row, and we've seen an NFC championship, and we live in the divisional round. I won't do it. Cowboy fans have high standards and high IQ. Y'all have high standards. You got that part right. High IQ? No, sir. No, sir. I would say like 7 out of 10 of Cowboy fans you run into on the street, I say, yo, who's your right guard? They would have no fucking idea and say something like, oh, but you're a Deadskins fan. They'll say something to deflect from the fact that they don't even know their own team. There's a lot of Cowboy fans I meet that I'm positive I can tell them more about their team than they know. I love the passion, though. And I love the enemies. I love the rivalry. I love it, man. You and the other 2 group chat podcasts are the best around, always keeping it real. Hey, man, appreciate that. Those are my boys, man. We're like actual friends, and we talk every day. So that energy is always super authentic, and we bring the chat to life when we link up on the pods. Hold on, let me see. I got a super down here. Where we going? Shout out to A1. What up, Rio? How you living? What are you looking for in the first preseason game? I'm going to do my best to pay attention to the new guys in deep thought. I'm looking forward to the offense, the starting offense leading 1 scoring drive minimum. It would be nice to see. I want to see Jamin Davis look the part. But the main thing I'm looking at, I want to see the Sam Howell experience. I want to see the Sam Howell versus Matt Corral juxtaposition between 2 quarterbacks. Because Matt Corral was picked 50 picks before Howell. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm excited to see the rookie class. B-Rob, run over some boys. Now that we're not playing against our own guys, I'm excited to see Jahan Dotson. Just put the whole rookie class, put that as one category. That and the starters. I'm excited to see young players get after. I'm excited to see football being played against another team because I'm sick of seeing us because, we can't go 100% full tilt balls to the walls against your own team, man. I understand why Commander fans are who they are. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man. Great podcast you have. I appreciate that, man. I just come from the perspective of a passionate, diehard fan who doesn't need to be, As a 30-year-old fan of this team, I've never seen this team succeed in my life, and I rep them like they are my family, like they are my own flesh and blood, because this is my squad. I don't care what they wear. I don't care what the name is. I don't care what the logo is. This is my squad until the end of me, and I'm going to rep them. I'm going to call them out when they need to be called out, and I'm going to praise them when they need to be praising them. Everybody make sure y'all smash that like button. We're going to wrap up here in a little bit, but give me some preseason predictions for the game tomorrow. I want to see some stat predictions for the game tomorrow. Give me some Sam Howell predictions. Give me some, if you think someone's going to catch a pick, get some sacks. Let me see some predictions statistically for our game tomorrow. Let's see some. Appreciate y'all, man. It's always fun. Well, Sam Howell and Brown, bro, this is what's been bothering me. They haven't let Sam get any spin with his guy. He hasn't got any spin with his guy, man. Like, I need to see it. C3 Panthers podcast, he was on for about 45, 50 minutes. He had to tap out because they're about to go live tonight. So you're going to catch the replay of this or start this video from the top to see C3. We finished up about 30 minutes ago with him. He came on for about 45 to 50 minutes, and we previewed the game in depth. Command these. The Bucks and Bengals are of no concern to us. And y'all play them. Good luck with that. Gibson better not fumble once. Yeah, man, he started putting that ball on the ground. That rookie, that bell cow number 8 that we got out of Alabama, who's a unit, man. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, my guy. You don't have to be a fan of the Commanders to be a fan of the channel because we mix it up with everybody. We collaborate with everybody. When we do live stream, everybody is welcome to come in here and talk their shit. We have fun on the Rambling with Rio channel. It's all good vibes. Even when we talk our shit, we keep it respectful. We're not out here trying to meet anyone at the parking lot at the stadium and fight. You know, we don't get down like them boys in Philly do. Oh my God, you talk about doomsday. Wentz throw 2 interceptions in 2 series. The media is going to have a goddamn field day, and I don't need that at all, man. Autograph gear sent to California. If I'm able to make it to camp again, I'll get something signed for you, and I'll ship it to you, my guy. Appreciate you, my boy. And Rashid, I gave you the access to mod the channel, so whenever you see something that don't need to be there, get them out of there. Appreciate you again, A1. Facts, would like to see all the rookies, especially the offense, to see what the future holds. 23-17 W tomorrow. I haven't even made a score prediction. I guess we can do one now. 24-20. I don't care what the result is as long as someone's healthy. I'd say 24-20 is the final score. Somebody wins the game. Starting offense leads 1 starting drive. Sam Howell leads 2, and Heineke leads 1. We'll see. 24-20. I want to see Montez Sweat get a sack while he's on the field. Take them Cowboys money, Rio. Lord knows they won't spend it on Super Bowl merch anytime soon. They'll predict it, though. They'll predict that shit on the regular, Leo. Appreciate you, my guy, Tree. Yes, sir. Y'all are like our family. The Panthers, y'all are like our distant brother at this point. Full Commanders vibes going on, man. Make sure you check out my boy Cody from the C3 Panthers podcast on for the first 45 minutes. I don't really care about the stats either, Roger. I want the offensive line and defensive line to take the Panthers to the woodshed. Hell yeah, physicality. Are they going to come out and set the tone? Come out smacking dudes. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what a win looks like in the preseason. We're not the Ravens. They're the only motherfuckers that care about wins, and that's why they get players hurt in the preseason. You know what I'm saying? Come out healthy, build some type of momentum, and look like you belong on the field. Defense causing havoc, yes, because they wreak havoc in practice every day. I want Montez to look as unblockable in a game situation as he does in practice, but I think that's going to wrap this one up. Appreciate everybody that pulled up. If you didn't catch the first 45 minutes of the live stream, I have my guy Cody, who co-hosts the Carolina Cat Chronicles podcast for the Panthers, gave us a full deep dive preview of what we can expect to see from the Carolina side of things. And he has some questions for me as well. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Appreciate the supers. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me as usual. I'm going to try to get some more content out after the game and a vlog of the game. Let's see how tomorrow goes. If you're at FedEx Field, I'm in section 139. Holla at your boy. Until next time, hail to the Washington Commanders. Let's keep our boys healthy tomorrow. Let's not give a damn about the result. And let's hail to our squad. Deuces.